different state, and there is a different kind of pathos there, and things are not normal. So how did we come to this, and how do we normalize this? I think exactly for these reasons and more, this must be done. So some people have made sure that things are not normal. And why is that so? Because there has been the status quo had to be challenged. And we all know how all parties voted in the parliament on Article 370. Some, of course, they gave their conditions. Some went to, there are people who went to court asking about the process whereby it was adopted. But we all know how everybody voted for abrogation of Article 370. Mr. Ayaz, don't you think this is a very problem that you just mentioned? That it is, why is it not normal? Because the perverse situation and leadership the Kashmiri populists found themselves dealing with, having a little choice. I think there has to be a matter of choice also for them, and
Ahmad
also
Ayaz,
instead of having the same old stalemate and a politics of majboori that we saw in terms of people voters. Don't you think there should be more voters, more inclusiveness, and we cannot deny any Indian the right to vote?
Ahmad
So
Ayaz,
are you saying that Kashmir is only for Kashmiris, and on the one hand you talk about what is Kashmiriyat? So does it not again become a matter of religion? Because clearly,
it raises the doubts, and it raises doubts about the working of the government and that too of BJP. Why? Because as I said that when Article 370 was abrogated and people expressed these apprehensions that they are going to change the demography by getting people inside, outsiders inside, and then it was clarified that time, no, it is not that, it is for a different purpose. And today it is proved to be correct because BJP wanted it to be utilized for their political purposes, for their vote bank, for their elections. So that's what I say. How will people accept all this? See, it is not that if I go to Delhi and vote there, sit there, stay there, vote there, it is normal. But in your case, it is a planned act to see that as if you are at war with the Kashmiris. That's the worst part of it. Because you are thrusting things on the Kashmir, on the Kashmiris, without knowing their sentiment, without knowing their feelings, without considering their part. So that being a problem.
No, sir.
No, you may say so.
No, sir, it's not as simplistic. And this war cry cannot be used. This war cry cannot be used. Kashmiri sentiment. Kashmiri Pandits had the sentiment too. And you think the people who have been kept out of the system, whether you look at the Safai Karamcharis and others, do you think they don't have sentiments? Do you think the Dalits don't have sentiments? Do you think all others who've been working there, living there should be denied this? What do you mean? The sentiments belong to only one religion and one particular community? I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I think it's very unfair that I have to even discuss this with you. I think there's a big problem with what you're arguing, sir. I think you must not go further than this because you're going against the very ethos of forget Kashmiriyat and Ruhaniyat and Jamhuriyat, but of Insaniyat. You are stamping upon so many principles that I don't want you to.
Kashmiri Muslim or a Sikh, people have no problem with that. But when you are trying to get people, see Kashmir, just tell me Kashmir is a tourist place. Do you mean that a tourist coming for 15 days here, he will be given the citizenship, ordinary citizenship to vote? Or a labor who is a seasonal labor coming here and you will give him a status of a ordinary citizen and to vote? I mean, this is a very ridiculous.
Let's not trivialize the debate, Ayaz ji. Let's not know. It's very ridiculous. It's most ridiculous that you have reduced the entire conversation to tourists going there. Well, the tourists who visit Kashmir are citizens of India. One, that they are being offered citizenship is a claim I will want to challenge and dispute. The fact of the matter is people who have been living there, who want to live there and consider it their state, must have a right to vote there, as is the matter all over. There is cross movement across states all over India, and wherever people make it their home for a certain number of years, it becomes their home. They make their voter cards and Aadhaar cards accordingly, and then they get the right to exercise adult franchise, irrespective of the fact that their grandparents
just tell
were
me
born there
the
or
permanent
not, but
residents
fact
of the
that they've
Jammu
been
and
living there
Kashmir
for
who have
many
been
years,
all the way
and Kashmir is their
enjoying
state.
the rights, the safeguards on their service and their lands. How do you expect all of a sudden people to come from outside and get settled or get votes? Or I mean, there are a lot of apprehensions being expressed.
Sir,
and today I can tell you, yes, those are valid. Today you are giving a vote right, and tomorrow you can do something else also.
People are used to.
Tomorrow you can do something else also. When the case is the Supreme Court, you should have respect to that also.
Sir, to reduce it to saying that tourists will be made voters, you also know that's a very facetious argument. But to say that your entire state will be taken over and now people from Bihar decide what happens to your state, that is how India functions. We travel across the country there are people from Bihar, from UP, from Maharashtra who are voting in Delhi, in Punjab, in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala and vice versa. Because we're all one country and we vote there. I'm sure there are people from Jammu and Kashmir who live in other parts of the country and they vote there as well. What is this ridiculous argument?
In the case, perhaps there would not have been a point. But the question is, it is being done in a planned way. So in a normal way, if a Kashmiri goes outside and gets a job there and gets a voter card, that's a different thing. But in case of Kashmir, it is a planned thing being done to see that the demography is changed. That's the whole trouble.
Well, that is, sir, exactly what you are trying to project it as, except this is the process and it happens anywhere in the country. You are the people who are trying to project it